Imagine this. You are standing at the edge of a storm, not a storm of wind and rain, but one of pure emotion, a swirling electric tempest of anger, grief, and fear. It pulses in your chest, alive and untamed. Every instinct tells you to run, to numb it, to drown it out with distractions before it consumes you. But what if you didn't? What if, instead of fleeing, you stepped into it? This is the great paradox of human existence. We spend our lives running from the very emotions that could set us free. We medicate our sadness, suppress our rage, and silence our fear, all in the name of being healthy, stable, good. We've been taught that negative emotions are flaws to be fixed, weaknesses to be overcome. But what if they are not obstacles at all? What if they are messengers, urgent, insistent, and carrying truths we've refused to hear? Consider this. The moments that have shaped you most were not the easy ones. They were the ones that shattered you, the ones that forced you to question everything, the grief that hollowed you out, the anger that burned through your complacency, the fear that made you question whether you were strong enough to go on. These were not mistakes of the psyche, they were its most precise language. So why do we treat them like enemies? From childhood, we are conditioned to believe that happiness is the default, the goal, the only acceptable state of being. We learn to smile when we are breaking, to say "I'm fine" when we are drowning, to perform contentment even as our inner world screams in protest. We twist ourselves into pretzels to avoid the discomfort of feeling what we've been told is bad. And in doing so, we cut ourselves off from the deepest parts of our own humanity. But here's the unsettling truth. A life without negative emotions is not a life lived fully. It is a life half-lived. Think of the last time you truly suppressed an emotion. Where did it go? Did it disappear? Or did it fester, mutate, resurface as insomnia, as numbness, as a sudden outburst at someone who didn't deserve it? Emotions do not vanish just because we refuse to feel them. They go underground, into the shadow, where they grow stronger, stranger, more dangerous. What if your rage is not a flaw, but a boundary you've refused to set? What if your sadness is not a weakness, but a love you've yet to mourn? What if your fear is not a cage, but a compass, pointing you toward what you must face? We live in a world that worships positivity at the expense of truth. We are told to just be happy, to let it go, to focus on the good. But this is not wisdom. It is spiritual bypassing, a refusal to engage with the raw, messy reality of being human. The ancient Stoics knew this. The Buddhists knew this. The poets and philosophers and mystics all knew this. There is no light without shadow, no growth without friction, no wisdom without suffering. So I ask you, what have you been refusing to feel? And what might happen if you stopped running? This is not a call to wallow. This is not an endorsement of despair. This is a recognition that the emotions we've been taught to fear are, in fact, the keys to our liberation. They are the fire that burns away the false, the voice that speaks when the world has gone silent, the bridge between who you are and who you might become. But to cross that bridge, you must first face the storm. And the storm is closer than you think.